Welcome back to WTOL 11 Your Day. I'm Ryan Brandt. If you're in or nearing retirement, chances are you have more money now than you've ever had before. So how do you make sure you're on the right path? Joining me now is Josh Maly, a partner with Golden Reserve, a Toledo area retirement planning firm that helps people in or nearing retirement. He's also a host of a popular radio show. Josh, thanks so much for joining us once again.
Thanks for having me on, Ryan.
Okay, as we approach retirement, we're likely in our best financial situation ever. What are some of the most important things to consider?
Yeah, I think we're in that best financial situation ever simply because we had a good plan that got us there, right? We've climbed the mountain of retirement. We got to the summit, and we're ready to kind of get to that point where we're saying, hey, we're retired. We're going to make our way down the mountain. And what we need to realize at that point, though, is that our plan is probably expired. And the same plan that got us up the mountain is, likely not the same plan that's going to get us down the mountain. So we need to kind of shift our focus from growth to protect and make sure that we keep safe what we worked a lifetime to kind of keep us going through that retirement period.
Now, back when we were in our 30s, we were just trying to grow our retirement. What needs to change when you get to retirement?
Yeah, I think first we have to realize that the income faucet is just kind of turned off at that point, right? We're not, creating income like we were when we were in our 30s, 40s, even 50s, and we're likely on a fixed income when we get to retirement. So we need to make sure that we have an understanding of where income is going to come from. And we got to realize it takes a lot longer to make money back if we start losing money when it comes to, market loss and things like that. And so we have to make sure that our focus is down on protecting what we have, not so much on the growth, simply because we can't make it back like we used to be able to.
Now, we talked about it before, long-term care. A lot of times we forget about that. Why is it such a focus, and why should it be?
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you're a married couple, there's a 90% chance that one of the two of you will need some form of long-term care assistance over your lifetime. I mean, that's almost a certainty, right? And so we've got to make sure that we plan for that. And unfortunately, the financial industry, and when it comes to financial advisors, generally, we don't, see people having a plan for that. And if we do, it's in the form of an expensive long-term care insurance policy that generally costs way too much and doesn't cover what we expect it to cover. And that's really the only solution we tend to see. So we need to make sure that we have another solution, alternative solutions to protect our assets from long-term care.
And of course, there's always taxes. What kind of planning should we make?
Yeah, I mean, think about if you had $500,000 in your IRA account, and $500,000 in that IRA account, and all of a sudden you're paying $200,000 in taxes simply because you didn't have a plan. When if you would have planned the right way, maybe you would have only paid $50,000, right? It's $150,000 savings simply by taking the time, creating a plan to make sure that you're taking money out of that IRA in the best possible way to reduce that tax burden.
And what can a roadmap for retirement do for us?
Yeah, I mean, it can start by really protecting us from those 4 big risks in retirement. And it can make sure that we have a plan to conquer each one of those boulders. Make sure that we have a plan to get around that long-term care boulder, to deal with taxes, to deal with market risk, right? We talked about not having as much time to win money back anymore. And then also by making sure we're not paying too much for the help that we're getting, right? Fees are one of those hidden things that just really kind of erode a portfolio, and people don't realize what an impact that they have.
For you at home, if you want to learn more about getting on the right path for retirement, Josh has a great offer for you. Right now, the first 5 callers with a portfolio of $250,000 or greater, he's offering a complimentary roadmap for retirement. This will allow Josh's team of retirement planners to sit down with you to assess where you are, then build a plan that covers taxes, market risk, investment fees, and long-term care costs. It's your own roadmap to get down the retirement mountain safely. Call 419-749-6780.
What a great deal. Tell us a little bit more about this, Josh.
Yeah, I'd love to. So we've got our offices in our Toledo area office in Maly, and then we've also got an office in Findlay. We'd love to have you in, sit down, go through our plan for you, talk about what that roadmap might look like, and give you a strategy to help with those 4 boulders, really just to make sure at least you've got a plan to cover and make sure you're protected from those things.
All right, Josh, thank you and Golden Reserve for joining us this morning. WTOL 11, Your Day. We'll be back in just a moment.